Neighborhood Jam, Neighborhood Jam. Welcome back to the neighborhood. Two guys from your neighborhood. Hoobity-doobity-doobity-doobity-doo. What episode is this? The 71? Yeah, we're 72.
73. 73.
The Shlicketty cast.
73.
Cast. How you doing, folks? I'm your host, Aaron Forsyth. Got my co-host, Mike Anderson, in the old dell over there, farmer in the dell.
There I am, making appearance, bringing it out right off the bat. No time to waste this week. We're hitting it up quick, hitting it up hard.
We're going in doubles. We're going twofers today. We're punching the clock here.
Yep.
We're what was it when Wile E. Coyote and they punch in the time clock and the Wile E. Coyote and the fucking sheepdog?
Sam the sheepdog.
Yeah.
Doing
Which arguably should have had its own spin-off and did not.
No. That was all the 50s ones with, what's his face, Chuck Jones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which are arguably much better ones in terms of art and design, but they didn't have the sort of frenetic chaos that the older Bob Clampett ones did.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking Looney Tunes, old cartoons. If you don't know them, go look
last
them up.
episode we talked cartoons, so we won't tune you out this time. We got more to talk about. Man, we got a whole list of flangles to get to.
Yeah.
But let's see. Since we got 2 eps, we got to film today, so we might be a little sheepish.
So, since you brought it up, Aaron's going out of town.
I'm going to the New York City. Coming at you there, New York City. Coming at you fat. I'm coming at you loud and proud.
So we're going to bank an episode for next week today. So we'll do our regular episode, and then we're going to bank an episode for next week.
Right.
So you guys don't have to go without. And it's not just me.
Right. And we're doing a double Flicketty review today, too. So we got 4 eps to go.
Yeah. So we're hammering them out today. We're going to hit them fast. We're going to hit them quick. We're going to keep them a little bit short today.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, you've gotten a lot of meat on the bones, guys. You've gotten to listen to, like some episodes, we've gone into hour 45, 48, It's happened. So this time, if it's an hour, don't cry. We'll make it up. We'll make it up on the back end. We'll chisel you out a little on the back end.
Chisel it out. So what are you going to New York City for?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this was on my list too. I don't know if I'm ready for New York City.
Oh yeah.
I'm scared. Well, New York City terrifies me. It always does.
It's
every time
intimidating.
I've been there.
Yeah. It's a big spend.
You just step out of the taxi and you're spending money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But everything's Uber now.
But even still.
Yeah, back when I went last time, it was it was fine. It's just we always had New York City guides, people somebody to show you around and make sure you do it right.
Yeah.
This time we don't have that. But so we're flying into LaGuardia, and then we'll just Uber to our place. We're gonna catch a show. First of all.
So that's the reason.
The main reason is that, yes, I got her for her birthday way back 2 tickets to the old Lyric Theater, the Harry Potter on Broadway.
And the Cursed Child.
And the Cursed Child, yes. And I think that Melfi guy is, I don't know the lore.
Tom Felton played Draco Malfoy.
I think he has something to do with it. He's in it, so it's a big get. Lyric Theater's kind of nice. I know for a fact, because when I picked out the seats, I got front row balcony.
Wow.
Nobody in front of us. It's going to be feet on the fucking balcony.
I don't know about all that.
Right.
But if you have not seen a Broadway play before, now I've never seen a play on Broadway, but I saw a Broadway play when it was on tour.
Yeah, same.
And it came through at ASU Herberger Theater.
Yeah.
We saw Book of Mormon.
I know, which is coming to Erie next year. We're going.
Which is expensive, but they did this thing where if you had cash, they would do a drawing and raffle off a pair of tickets. You had to show up at early in the morning, put your name in, then wait around for a couple hours, and they draw your name out.
Wow.
You got to be there with cash, and you get the tickets for I don't know, $75 or something like that for 2 tickets or something.
No, it's kind of like a buyout weird thing, but fun. I mean,
screaming deal, and they were 4th row.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Concerts should do that. Fuck the scalpers.
Yeah.
Take all the tickets, take the big chunk of tickets, and then have a weird fan raffle.
Yeah.
So the real fans get them.
Yeah.
Not none of this fucking Johnny-come-lately crap.
So
Lyric Theater, we're going there.
So I was going to say, with the Broadway caliber plays, the production design was blowing me away.
Yeah.
Just the sort of They had like this tree thing that they would wheel on and off. This shit looked great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. It's.
I
like,
remember saying, like I said, I've told this story when I was a kid. I was in like 5th grade. I saw Annie, and my dad took me to see Annie, and I remember thinking the production was good back then. I mean, just the lighting in the stage, because I could see it from afar, and I was just like, wow, look at that whole faux, tower and everything like that, and the lighting and everything, and they even had a tree kind of blowing in the wind up there,
that's the thing. It's that sort of stuff, those sort of real elements that are actually there, just painted to look a certain way. Like, man, it's fucking dope. I was like, wow.
So there might be some trickery going on, because this is a whole Harry Potter thing. So, and they've been doing it. They've been doing it the whole month, and they're going up through Christmas, I think.
Well, that's been running for a couple of years.
Yeah, so they probably have their shit together now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know much of the Harry Potter lore. She does. It looks like a long show. This appears to be like a 2-hour show. It has an intermission.
Yeah.
Which
so
I'm
my
not
understanding,
too thrilled about. I was like,
because you don't know the Harry Potter stuff. So there's the Harry Potter books. I think 1 through 7.
I mean, I know the basics. I know Harry Potter for Dummies. I don't know.
They follow through the school years or whatever.
Yeah.
So this apparently takes place, I believe, like after he's out of school.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like 10 or 15 years since he's been in school. So now he's got kids of his own, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. So this is like an add-on story.
I believe.
Okay, well, I'm cool with that. Then it'll be its own thing. All right.
Yes.
I was thinking to myself, I hope they're not recreating some movie I've already seen, because I'll get really mad.
No, but I mean, you're going to have, Harry Potter, as a main character. And so if they've got Tom Felton reprising his role of Draco Malfoy, then, he's going to be older as well. You know what I mean? Probably 40 or so, which is probably his actual age at this point.
Yeah.
And, and so Harry married, spoiler alert, Ginny Weasley.
Weasley.
So Ron and Hermione get married, spoiler alert.
Yeah. And this is one of those things, I had to do some research. Now, I was like, all right, the Lyric Theater looks good. Is this dress code? Or the Harry Potter fans showing up in their Harry Potter gear like a Star Wars convention? I'm imagining some of that's going to happen.
Maybe.
But she even did some yard work, and she figured out that no, Lyric Theater's pretty cool. If you're a tourist, don't worry about it. If you're just in normal attire like I am, you won't be kicked out.
No, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, I just don't, because when I think Broadway and I think of we're going to a show, I was like, do I got to dress up here? Which I'm not opposed to, but I don't, I'm not opposed to, but I don't want to roll in there like white trash either.
No, it's not going to be where everybody's dressed up in their Hogwarts robes and they're sorted into houses, and if you're not, you're going to get ostracized. It's not going to be that.
No, okay. Well, I was thinking there would be a little of that, some super fans, but then I was thinking also too, well, this is also the Lyric Theater, so I was wondering, all right, are they going to be all dressed up in their Sunday best? I don't know. Probably not.
There may be some. But, so it's going to be Tom Felton reprising his Draco Malfoy role. I'm on the website now. I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it should be pretty spectacular. Should be good looking. They got a lot of, fire effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
About the show. It's 19 years after Harry, Ron, and Hermione save the Wizarding World. Spoiler alert. They're back on a most extraordinary new adventure, this time joined by a brave new generation.
Okay.
So yeah, and so this is actually written by J.K. Rowling.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay.
That's all right.
So,
all right.
and actually on the website, you should check out the website when you're traveling. It actually has here, a little breakdown of it. It says new to the Wizarding World or need a quick refresh. So they have a glossary, character descriptions, that sort of stuff. Yeah. So there's a little bit of background stuff that this is like a British production.
Nice.
It says Lyric Theater, and it shows a British flag and then a Spanish flag.
Okay.
I don't know, but that should be a really good show, man.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure the production value will be up the charts.
It looks like the production value is going to be pretty cool.
Because I got these tickets way back, like 7 months ago, so I got a pretty good deal. Well, good enough.
Yeah.
Deal, but.
Because I think this may be taking place in Hogwarts school.
Yeah.
So maybe like, because I know Hermione's like a teacher or something like that. So.
But we're flying from Buffalo, driving to Erie, flying from Buffalo to LaGuardia. We're out.
Oh, that's a real short plane flight.
Yeah. I've never done the other one, New York. I've done LaGuardia before. LaGuardia is fine. It'll be all right. I don't. It's just New York City.
I will say this: don't get comfortable on the plane ride.
No.
Because like I flew to Vegas once from Phoenix.
Oh.
It was 20 minutes ascending, 20 minutes flying, 20 minutes descending. It was like, whew. It wasn't even 20 minutes. It was like 10 or 15 minutes each.
I feel like that's what this is going to be.
It was, dude.
Yeah.
Going from Buffalo down to New York City, like, that's going to be a really short flight.
Yeah.
Maybe half hour total.
Yeah. So we're going to the big New York City. We got places to Sheridan. Sheridan's cool, and then that's in walking distance of the.
I was going to say, is that close enough that you can just
yeah,
on over?
Yeah. See, here's the thing. When I got the tickets, I was like, I'm going to be honest here. I was like, we're going to New York City, and I was so excited to give it to her, and she loved it, and it was a good idea. But now that, and I thought within the 7 months, I would have plenty of time to go, all right.
Stash away a little cash.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to save. I'm going to make it awesome. I might even make this the big old trip, And no.
Not in this economy, man.
I failed. I failed miserably. And I tried. I mean, I did some stupid moves along the way past few months trying to get my money magnified, and that didn't work out. So
Wait. Like what? Gambling?
Well, gambling, but then
Were you?
No. But you just don't save like you should. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's
know.
hard to. I was thinking about that today. It's like, I should be, you always think like, oh, I'll make a little bit more money. I'll tuck a little bit away. It's not. When you get there, it's like, okay, now I got a little bit more money. I need to take care of these things I've been putting off for so long.
Sure, yes. And you do that, and it's like, and no matter what, you're always check to check. I don't care how big your check is. It's like you only have 8% of your check. Everything else goes out.
Yeah.
So everything's expensive. The world's in turmoil, and I'm driving me nuts. So, but I'm all right. I'm going to have a good time. I'm not going to be a stick in the mud. I promised her, and I promised myself that I'm going to go, and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm going to be a good egg, and I'm not. See.
Well, that's why when me and the girlfriend travel, I get like that too with the money, and I'll just feel like we're hemorrhaging money left and right every time we turn around. So that's why me and the girlfriend, whenever we travel, I take care of the logistics. I take care of baggage fees, taxis, this sort of stuff, getting us there, right? But then once we get there, she's in charge of money. She pays for all the food and the drinks and that sort of stuff. So I don't worry about it. She says, you want to get a drink? I say, yeah, let's go get a drink. She says, you want to go out to eat? Let's go out to eat.
Yeah, we usually alternate on that. Like if she goes, why don't we go eat at that cool little, she has like a vegan app, and she'll find Happy Cow app, and she'll go, oh, there's a vegan place down the road. I want to go try that out. Let's go there. So it's her idea. She'll foot the bill. But if I go, I'm really thirsty, and I want to get a slice of pie. All right, then we'll go there. I'll buy that. You know what I mean? So it's like whoever's idea it is what we do.
She's not going to use her money for, deep fried cheese.
Not really.
Nuggets.
But I got to watch her because she's a merch girl. She, like if I turn my back on vacation, if I turn my back for 1 minute, she's like,
She's in the gift shop. She's
in the gift shop.
And
She's looking, magnets and snow globes and fucking, penny whistles.
Impulse buys.
Yeah. So I got to go, you don't need that. How are you going to travel with that? She goes, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But like if I left her alone, she's wearing the Kiss shirt to the Kiss concert. She's got the face makeup on.
Doing the shopping and the shopping.
Oh yeah, she'll buy the blinky horns at the AC/DC concert.
Scoot your chair a little to your left.
To my left.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah, you keep banging the table every time.
Well, I don't mind. All right. So there's that. New York petrifies me. New York scares me. I feel like the city's going to eat me up. I'm inside a Borg cube.
Now, I've never been to New York City. I've only seen it in movies and stuff like that.
It's cool.
Honestly, I mean, I'm not sure I see the attraction,
Well, I would have to say I'm partial to Chicago. I love Chicago. Chicago is New York. If New York was folded upon itself like an M.C. Escher painting, if you're to unfold it and spread it out and lay it flat, there's Chicago. But if you fold it up like an MCS or square board cube, there's New York.
I went to Chicago one time. The girlfriend, that was when we had come into town for Hall's wedding. The girlfriend had a conference in Chicago, and so we went there. We were staying right the hell downtown, right in the middle of downtown. Like, but it was crappy little accommodations. It was like student accommodations.
Yeah.
It was like half the size of this.
Was it
room.
like Old Town or main downtown?
Main downtown. You know where that big reflective bean is?
Oh yeah, you were by the bean. Yeah,
we were
right
across
by the
the
college,
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were across the street from that. Yeah. So there's the bean, and then down the street, and then there's the university.
Yeah, DePaul.
We were just like right across the street.
Yeah.
And so we you know, mostly it was just me hanging out there in that room. Sometimes I get nutty in the room, and so just to get out, I looked up and there was a Target a couple blocks away. So I walked over to the Target.
I've been to that Target.
Yeah, so it's multi-floors, which is interesting.
and it's really weird, and it's not like our Targets. It's not
No.
like our strip mall Targets. It's all stacked on each other weird, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah, but I was just hanging out in the room. I was watching some Walking Dead or whatever and messing around on the computer. And so, yeah, I went over to the Target, did a little grocery shopping. And
I prefer Chicago for sure. New York City, you do feel like, though, New York City feels like...
Well, no, you're talking Manhattan.
Yeah.
'Cause
It
New
feels
York
a lot.
City
You're
is-
at the center of everything. You go...
Because New York City is Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn,
Oh, yeah,
Staten
yeah.
Island.
No, I'm talking down. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Manhattan.
see things that are like, oh, I've seen that on TV. Oh, you know, and oh, you might see a celebrity, or you might go, oh, wow, you know, when you're standing in Times Square, you're like, fuck me, I'm in Times Square. This is kind of mind blowing, you know?
I did have that feeling when we went to the UK.
Yeah.
Because you fly into Heathrow, you got to take a train into London. You come up out of the train station and you come out onto the street in London. You look around, you're like, oh my God, it's like everything I've ever seen in the movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
All the
remember
buildings
seeing.
and-
Here, this will put you back, way back. I was in New York City, and I was in Times Square, and then on the ticker tape it says, Erie, PA pizza bomber arrested.
Oh,
Remember that? Yeah, the pizza bomber
Back then, yeah.
got arrested, and it was on the ticker tape, and I'm standing in there, reading it, like, wow, I'm blown away. Ugh, worlds colliding.
yeah, getting a reference.
Yeah.
That's how
And then
used
it
to
was
be
the
back
first
then.
time. Now this was 2005, 6, 5, somewhere in there. No, even younger. It could have been 2004. I remember like thinking, like nobody had like weird, like cell phones were kind of fairly new, so people were like wearing the first time I was seeing like these Bluetooth things. You know, Bluetooth was kind of new, and like I'm like, why are these people walking around talking to themselves? And then I realized, oh, wait. There's this thing going on, like, you know, and then we walked into the Apple store, and it's like, wow, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a time capsule, you know. Things happen later on, you know, but it's like,
So this must have been just after flip phones.
oh yeah. Because I remember my guitar player we had the Sprint phones, and we kept in touch with the other because he had the work Sprint phone, but it also had like a thing like a walkie-talkie on it.
Push to talk.
Yeah, the push talk.
You know what?
So we would keep in touch that way.
Yeah, you know what? I came across that recently. I was watching that show.
Kind of liked it. It was like a CB.
Yeah, you know the First 48, that crime investigation show
Yeah.
where cops investigating homicide?
Yeah.
It's on one of the streaming apps. I forget which one. And they've got like all of them, like 27 seasons of it. So I'll be like, you know, just to go to sleep at night, I'll put on like season 1. Season 1, it's all push to talk. It was that Nextel. So it was like the cling cling, and then they're like they talk and
Yeah.
and it's like a CB sort of thing.
I kind of liked it. It's almost like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I remember when they came out, they were pushing it for like construction workers or whatever.
Yeah, because that's what Teal was. He was sprayed for slave. But we used it when we would travel to gigs. One truck would have that, and then the gear truck would have the other. So we'd talk back and forth to each other. Oh, we got to make a right up here.
Which is super helpful.
And in those days, we didn't have nav. We had MapQuest.
Maps, yeah.
So the guy in front has MapQuest and goes, okay, we're going to make a right up here. You know,
Yeah.
you know, and we always kept in line.
When me and my parents used to go on vacation when we were teenagers, when it got to where we were taking 2 cars
Yeah.
for whatever reasons, remember we had that conversion van and then we had the Celica, you remember the old black Celica? And we'd end up taking 2 cars, and we had these little CBs that were the size of walkie-talkies.
Fun.
And we had them one for each car. And so we could hey, let's pull over rest stop. Let's
I
get something
miss
to
those
eat.
days. I always go, if I had a time machine, I want to go back. I like 2003, 2004. That was a good time because technology was still bumping. You still had things, computer, you had the internet, you had CDs, you had it all. You had the best of both worlds. You still had pay phones, but you had cell phones. You could get lost, but you could still be found. You know what I mean? It was the perfect interweaving of old and new. I liked 2003, 2005. That was kind of a good, me personally, I like those years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you go to New York City. So
Oh,
I've
I'm
never
gonna go
been
to New
there.
York City.
So you're going to be in Manhattan. You're
Gonna
going to be
be
at the
in Manhattan.
Sheridan, close to the theater.
Gonna do it.
What else is around there?
Well, we're going to figure it out real quick. But got a hold of a comic buddy of mine who's going to take us to the next day. We're going to go hit some spots. There's open mics all the time. So I'm going to go do a couple open mic spots if I can. Just say, hey, here I am.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really useful to do that.
I mean, I'm not expecting much out of it. It could be like a weird 5 o'clock in the afternoon or a 3 o'clock in the afternoon spot, but who gives a shit? It's just kind of like, all right, I'm doing comedy in New York City.
Yeah, but it is good to do because it is, okay, here we go, Lyric Theater, West 43rd Street, New York. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just looking on the MapQuest. I still call it MapQuest. It is right in the middle of Midtown, south of Central Park. Mm-hmm. So real close by. So I just looked up the theater.
Okay.
Next block over is the Stephen Sondheim Theater. You've got a Shake Shack. I mean, I don't think you're gonna be going to Shake Shack.
I mean, I'm sure there's one of everything in there.
Yeah,
Food, we're not worried about food.
There's a Taco Bell around the corner. St. James Theater is around the corner.
New York City, you never have to worry about food. Food is the one thing.
Chick-fil-A, Port Authority bus terminal. Oh, you're right across the street. The theater is right. The next block down is Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to a Madame Tussauds Wax
Well,
Museum?
we might have to. See, here's the thing. We're traveling. We don't want to check bags.
Actually, you're in theater district. There's theaters.
Oh,
all up
great,
and
great,
down there.
perfect. We don't want to check bags. So here's the whole thing. We get when our reservation runs out at the restaurant, our plane doesn't come till like 11 o'clock at night. We get the red eye out of there. But we got to check out at noon. So we got noon till fucking almost 11 at night to get to...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got a lot of time, but we can't be carrying around suitcases like a bunch of dumbasses. So her and I are trying to do this in backpacks.
Also, I mean, maybe call the hotel. They may be able to hold the bags for you.
Ooh, that might be an idea.
They just put it behind the counter until you're ready to go.
Yeah, even if I had to flip my 20 and say, hey, Charlie.
Yeah. People do that all the time, I'm sure.
Ooh, I never thought of that one. That's actually a good tip. I'm
Yeah.
going to try that. I might go, yeah, I'm a veteran. I was like, what?
No, you don't need to do that.
Well, I was in the KISS Army.
Wow, yeah, funnily enough, on the block that the theater is on, everything like above and below it is like they're all other theaters.
Yeah, and then so I'm thinking it's a theater district. There's probably going to be mics to be had.
That stretch between 8th Avenue and 9th Avenue. Because it's like, there's the Lyric, and then there's the RCI Theatricals, Al Hirschfeld Theater, there's another theater. What is it?
I know.
Sometimes on the maps you can't really see stuff, and then when you go to like zoom in, it just gets, you still can't see the stuff.
Yeah, so see, here's the thing. We're getting there Thursday. Thursday night's our show.
Oh, you're real close to Times Square.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause-
Thursday night's the show. And
Okay.
then once the show's over at Thursday night, we got Friday and Saturday. So we got
Oh,
2
really?
days. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
So
good.
I'm going to find, I'm going to hook up with a comic buddy of mine. Hopefully he'll take me around to a couple open mic spots.
A couple blocks up, there's Empanada Mama up in Hell's Kitchen. Have you had empanadas?
I've had an empanada, yeah.
Empanadas are tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah, like I said, food, New York City is the hubbub of the schlubub. There's all kinds of foods.
Yeah, you're right in Midtown, sort of Hell's Kitchen-y area and all that.
Yeah.
So, Hell's Kitchen is just a little bit to the north and the west, and Central Park is just a few blocks up. Carnegie Hall is up that way. Museum of Modern Art is, a few blocks up, just over there.
All right.
So yeah, you're right in the middle of everything. So yeah, It should be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, like I said, we got that, like...
Do you have anything tourist-wise that you want to hit up there? Like when I went to London, I was like, I need to go over to Baker Street. You know what I mean? Because where they describe it in the Sherlock Holmes books doesn't actually exist. There is no 221B Baker Street. There is now, and they put a Sherlock Holmes gift store there, but numerically it doesn't exist.
Right.
But there was one episode where they actually physically described where his house was. Mm-hmm. And so if you go to that place, that does exist. So I was like, I need to go there. So, it was like...
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of were going to soak up the city.
Okay.
But we'll see when we get there, So we're trying to be malleable,
Magic Hour Rooftop Bar and Lounge.
See, that's the kind of shit she would want to check out. Yeah. I'm not too interested in it because I don't drink, but...
No. But you always see in TV and movies people in New York City hanging on those rooftop things, you know what I mean, with the string of lights, overlooking the city. Come on, that'd be great to experience.
Yeah, so that looks fun. It'll be fun. I'll have updates. I'll tell you all about it when we get there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not really, like I said, yeah. All right, what else we got here? What else were you going to talk? So let's see. So that's that. That's why we're filming the double episodes. I'm going to New York City, blah, blah, blah. What do we got going on? What the? I could get it out of the way. I was going to tell you. So the other... Well, unless you got something you want to throw in my pipe and smoke it.
The only thing I was going to mention that's sort of timely is that on the day this comes out on Tuesday, I guess Amazon's having a sale thing on the 7th and the 8th of October. So it's Amazon sale day. And I keep sort of, I was mentioning to you earlier, I keep having something inside me that makes me want to get an air fryer. I do like the little frozen chicken nuggets and stuff.
The air fryer.
Now it's getting to where they're not even putting conventional oven recipes, like how to cook it, on the back of it. It's just air fryer instructions.
Yeah. I'm glad, because there was a time when you couldn't get air fryer instructions. I had to Google it. Now everyone's got an air fryer.
It's like in a toaster oven that has convection, which apparently just circulates the air all around it. It's not like the air fryer, which is getting blasted up from the bottom.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not quite the same. But it does throw off the cooking times and stuff like that.
It does.
Because our oven died, and so we've had to use a toaster oven for about a year now, which sucks.
But the beauty of the air fryer is it does go quick. But you don't want to go too quick. See, when you go, okay, this air fryer is going to do it super quick. It does it super quick. That's great. But that's when it dries shit out. I kind of like to go, all right, let's pull back on the time here, lower temperature, and let that breathe a little.
That's what I've been doing on the microwave.
Yeah.
Because I find the same thing with the microwave. You pound it at, everybody does full temperature on the microwave, and your shit turns into rubber.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing with the microwave is I'll do stuff for a little bit longer, but at 60%. 60% power.
Ooh, I like that.
Which kind of warms it up gently from the inside. Because if you're just blasting it at
what's a
full
good
power,
example? What did you put in there in the microwave?
like even if you want to like reheat like a chicken breast.
Okay, standard chicken breast.
So yeah, I cook up like 3 chicken breasts. I put them in a deli container, make them for lunch or something like that. You could, because you want to get it nice and hot so it's tasty to eat or something like that, or not cold at least or whatever. Right?
Yeah,
you can eat it cold if you want.
But
whatever.
you don't want cold and red scorching hot. You want to find that, and you want to keep those juices going without it drying out to.
Right, and it going rubbery.
So are you putting it in a container?
No, actually, what I was finding, just even like in cooking hot dogs, if you put it on a plate, the plate's absorbing so much of the heat, it throws it off. If I cook up hot dogs in the nuker, I just fold up a paper towel.
I've been doing that with, I would do that too with a moist paper towel sometimes too.
Well,
if it's a little dry.
To that end, Jones's mom, when they first got a microwave oven, she would always put a little cup of water in the microwave with stuff. Because the microwave works by exciting the water.
Yeah.
So if the only water that's in the microwave is the juiciness in your chicken, guess what's going first?
Yeah.
All the juiciness in your chicken, you're left with a rubbery.
She was actually smart by putting a little petri dish of water in there.
Yeah, so I got these little glass Pyrex dishes, and so I'll put one of those in the microwave with some water in it, if I can, and then do it at 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes at 60% power, and that gently warms it up.
Yeah.
And so it gets it to where it's not cold, it gets it warm, and if you want to make it even hotter, do it for another minute. If you want to get it really hot, 45 seconds on high at the end, or whatever. And I found, and so for reheating like pizza doesn't work out good in the microwave, but if you had to, if you do it with the 60% power,
It does. You're right. You can't go power 10
No.
on pizza or else it's going to get weird.
no.
Yeah, but you go moist paper towel, 60%, just lay it on top. You don't have to wrap it. I'm just saying
No.
lay it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely helps. And I've gotten much better results with like reheating stuff in the microwave. Now, still, if you're doing like a mac and cheese portable or something like that, I've been getting into the Velveeta ones lately. Yeah, I know. But there's so little in there.
Yeah.
It's like 6 spoonfuls.
Yeah. It's an order.
But sometimes I get a craving for mac and cheese, but I'm not paying the ridiculous prices for mac and cheese. I mean, the portables are pretty ridiculously priced as well, but
yeah.
you know, it's just if I eat a lot of it, like I don't eat a lot of macaroni and stuff because it just makes me feel bad. It physically makes me feel bad because it's the pasta.
Well, you can't. Well, I thought you didn't like. You can't eat the cheese, and the cheese is making your stomach hurt and everything. But I think the Velveeta, that's such bullshit powdered cheese anyway. It's not really.
Yeah,
cheese.
it's pasteurized processed cheese food anyway.
Cheese-like substance.
Right. So I think, and if it's a small amount, I can get away with it. And once again, I can get away with it if I pound it with some baby spinach as well.
Yeah.
So when I get the hankering for the mac and cheese, you know, I do a little bit of that, and that works pretty good. But that's one of those things where it says to do it 3.5 minutes on high, which essentially gets the water to sort of boiling point. So unless it's like specifically like nuke it on high for a certain period of time, but on those chicken nuggets, they have microwave instructions on those chicken nuggets, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
So one time I tried it with like 2 of them, and I'm like, all right, we'll nuke these up, and even just doing the 60% thing, they're rubbery and terrible in the microwave.
No. Yeah. Microwave. I'm not.
My girlfriend almost never uses the microwave.
Yeah.
Unless it's like heating up water. Well, actually, for
Heating
heating
up
up
tea
water,
water.
she's got an electric kettle.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets it boiling in like 45 seconds.
I want to. The Amazon Prime. Well, I don't know if it's Prime Day, but it's the Amazon Deal Day.
Yeah, deals for the October 7th and 8th. So it's going to be the day this comes out, Tuesday, and then the next day, Wednesday. So if you're not aware of it, get on it. Get yourself a deal. I was checking out some
Yeah, by the
early
time this
deals.
comes out, I'll already be back.
Well, this one's coming out next week.
Oh.
This one's going to be out Tuesday. The next episode that we bank, that's going to be out once you're back. Because this is timely stuff. So I'm trying to get the timely stuff out now in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the air fryer thing, I'm looking at these 4-quart ones, which seems like a nice small enough size to be able to handle it with. Because I got the Instapot, ended up being this giant, 10, 12 quart thing. It's massive. It's so giant.
Yeah.
It's almost unwieldy. So
Baked
it's
bean ordeal.
yeah, because mainly the thing is just the chicken nuggets. So it's not even like I don't really do fries much anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean if I was going to reheat pizza, I would probably just do it in the toaster oven.
You could, but once again, there's something that this saves the crust.
Does it?
It does. It brings it back to about 90% of where it was when you first got it.
I just don't understand how to use them, how to make them go. I mean,
You learn real quick. Yeah, you'll fuck up a couple things right at first.
5 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm doing like full chicken breasts, and I'm figuring out how to I could wrap a chicken breast and wrap it like a baked potato, and then just pop a little hole and poke some holes in the thing, and just so it cooks inside there and keeps the steam and the juices inside there,
But I gotta tell you, man, for making chicken breasts indoors, because my girlfriend does these Sunbasket where they send you all the ingredients and you make up the recipe, and she loves that sort of stuff. She loves cooking and stuff like that. Every time you do meat, it's the exact same way, which is put salt on it. We put salt and pepper, heavily on it. Put it in a frying pan, hot frying pan, 2 minutes, flip it, 2 minutes, then put it in the oven for like 10 minutes.
Makes sense.
Dude, the shit comes out great. It is so tasty.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, you just cook a naked chicken breast. We're gonna get hit up on YouTube for naked breast. It's just sort of flavorless and sort of dull. And
Yeah.
does it come out like that way in the air fryer?
It can if
Because the whole thing is the crusticle with the salt. And the pepper.
and you got to halfway through you got to rotate or move it.
I have to do that in the toaster oven anyway.
Yeah, so there's that. If you
It
don't
gets
do
hotter in the
that,
back.
I had a problem with certain things work better with the parchment paper. Some things work better with tinfoil. You know, the parchment paper though.
Can I tell you, I ran out of tinfoil, and so my girlfriend's like, and I had these. It was some leftover. We got Chinese food. It was some orange chicken from the Hong Kong place. Yeah, I like the orange chicken because there's like a little bit of a ginger flavor to it, so it's a little bit sort of low-level spicy.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. But I had a little bit left over, so I'm going to put them on the little cookie sheet, the 8th size cookie sheet or whatever. I was out of aluminum foil, so she's like, use the parchment paper. Whew. It did not go good.
No,
because they were so sticky. Getting them off the parchment paper was just ripping the parchment paper. And the parchment paper was like wanting to stick to it and stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh man, it was a bit of a shit show.
Yeah, I would have reheated that in Pyrex. I would have just put it in a Pyrex dish.
I never really think about that.
Yeah.
You know the problem with the Pyrex dishes is those lids.
Sure.
The lids are starting to get like splits in the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we need to get replacement lids.
Oh,
But the Pyrex themselves are great.
Yeah. I guess air fryer, when it comes to air fryers, I like the bigger ones because you got to think, if I want to put, two triangles pieces together, you want that much space.
Yeah.
And then I like the second layer in case you're thinking like, oh, well, I'm going to put in there,
well, you put the other 2 slices of pizza.
Yeah. So you get, I like that way. I found it's a little more laborious to clean, but once you start, it's like the 2 levels of the screen. So you pull the screen out. That used to get real crappy, and I was like, I'm tired of brushing this thing every time.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, all right, I'm going parchment paper from now on.
Right.
I'm going tinfoil when I can, and now I cut down on the cleaning.
Yeah, I've got those. So the full-size baking sheet is like in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like they're giant, right? What most of us have in our kitchens for baking cookies and shit is a half sheet.
Yeah.
And I think what we got I found smaller ones, which are quarter sheet or something like that, or 1/8 sheet. So they're only about like this big. And so it fits in the toaster oven. So I got 2 of those. They're starting to get mucky. I scrubbed the hell out of them like last year and got them like shiny again. But one of them got like weird.
Those you almost just buy new.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
That's an Amazon deal.
Yeah, it's an Amazon deal. I was finding like a 2-pack of them for like $18 or something like that, but I was like, it's
I'll have to go to my Amazon wish list. Do you have an Amazon wish list? Well, wish list mixed with you know how you put things in the cart and you go, I'm gonna maybe buy that.
Save for later. Yeah, I have an extensive save for later list.
This would be funny. Like if you ever won the lottery and you bought everything, if you go buy it all now, how much would your money be on there?
Oh no, I mean
Mine's
because
like $388. I got all kinds of shit.
Because things go bad on there.
True, things out of stock. Things.
They're not available from the seller anymore, and
I got everything from guitar straps to puppets to fucking stage lighting.
Yeah, I mean, I had ridiculous things like like there was so you know those portable speakers, those portable Bluetooth speakers.
Okay.
So there were these giant ones. I think from Sweden called Soundbox, BOKS.
Ooh.
They were giant. They were like $400. I had one of those in there, but I don't think it's available anymore.
Yeah.
Or shit like that.
I know. I keep it there because I go, someday I'm going to get that. And it's also too like when I bought the dehumidifier, I still keep the dehumidifier in there in case if I need to buy another one because I like the one I bought.
Well, that's the thing. But the problem is with Amazon, with the ASIN hijacking, which I talked about before, it's not the same thing anymore.
Yeah.
I've gone back for like shorts that I bought, and I'm like, let's get a couple more pairs of those shorts. They're not the same anymore.
Yeah.
Now you can't find it. Then you got to go back to square one and start wasting 4 hours of your time researching shit on fucking Amazon again. Wading through all the cheap, no-name garbage from overseas.
It's the way of the modern world now, though,
It's the way Amazon does it now. I mean, honestly, I kind of go to eBay.
True.
More sometimes. Actually, lately, fucking doing Walmart.
Yeah, the Walmart.com's pretty on point, too.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get a couple of more chargers for my cell phone.
Yeah.
And they're not. You can find stuff like this on Amazon and stuff that says it's like this and says it'll work with your phone. But Adam Savage had a real interesting thing where they were looking at and they're actually X-raying the Apple charge cables.
Okay.
And then the Apple charge cables at these ends here, these little ends, It's a miniature circuit board. And so the generic cables that you get that are Apple compatible lightning chargers, they don't have that. Or it's a real simple little dumb circuit. It's not as good as the Apple official ones. Everybody goes, oh, the Apple charges more. Yeah, because they've actually got technology in there.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's actually worth it. So for that sort of stuff, I don't want the cheap throwaway charge cables that you can get on any corner or any airport, gift shop.
Yeah.
I don't want
Especially
that.
at an absorbent rate.
Or even at a cheap rate, or like $6 for like, oh, here's the charger for your cell phone, $6. How do I know it's not going to burn up my phone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't trust that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to get the OEM, the original equipment from the manufacturer sort of stuff.
Oh, that's what OEM stands for.
Yeah.
Original equipment?
Original equipment manufacturer.
Okay. I've seen that term, OEM. I always wondered what it stood for. I never asked.
Yeah. Yeah, so I couldn't find these exact Samsung chargers, so I searched them, instead of on Amazon, I just searched them on Google. They come right up on Walmart.
Speaking of searching, so there's certain things you can buy and certain things you like are so big you wouldn't have it delivered. Now, ever since we got our house, we've always said, we want, because we almost bought this one house, and the whole selling point was it had this old stone fucking gargoyle that you would see on the top of a building. A gargoyle, like a full-on,
Right.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
those are the lawn gargoyles.
Yeah.
They're around.
well, they're hard to come by. They look goofy nowadays, but it's hard to find a really good, sinister-looking one. I was like, and when we got our house, I was like, I'm gonna get a lawn garden, So every time I go to a place, I'm looking at their gargoyles, and their gargoyles are always kind of goofy, and they look like pug dogs, or they're a little corny. They just look like stone Muppets. They don't look gothic and cool, like rawr,
Right.
So the other week I go antiquing. I go to this antique place behind Target up there. There's a weird antique place in that little world. There's like a little house. It's like a converted house, a couple houses.
Oh, up there. I was up there the other day at the Best Buy.
Yeah, it's right behind there.
Oh.
Yeah, down in the little nook. Yeah, there's this cool consignment place, and it's like you ever go to an antique place where it's super big, like huge, but they have it cut off into sections, and and different antique dealers will rent the sections off them. So you go into this one, this guy's got a lot of sports memorabilia going around here.
Oh, I see.
And his prices are a little high. Oh, Oregon Antiques took over this one. Okay, that's good. They got some neat stuff, but they're expensive. Well, I found the gargoyle.
Yeah?
Fuck, I couldn't even lift this thing up. Fucking heavy. But it almost was dog-like in the head. The head it reminded you of the gargoyles from the original Ghostbusters. That they almost had like a dog kind of, but they're skinny and super evil looking.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like,
Now, did you take any pictures of it?
no.
Why?
Well, because I was just like, that's it, honey.
Dude, take pictures of
I
it.
should.
Like,
I should, yeah.
Go back up there.
Yeah, maybe I will. Because, I don't think anyone's going to buy them. Would they? I don't know.
They may.
Do people want gargoyles?
I don't know.
It seems like they look so super scary that I was like,
I mean, we do live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I have seen people that kept up their 10-foot skeletons on their front lawn all year since last Halloween.
Yeah, they put Christmas hats on them.
I love it. So there is a sort of middle ground here where you could do it Hollywood style. And if you take photos of it, reference photos, we could make it out of foam and then seal the foam and hard coat the foam.
I almost thought about, what about 3D printing it?
You could, but that's going to be exorbitant, and 3D printers sort of have a limit to how big they can print things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is kind of big. This is probably about waist high on me.
And so that's...
And this was $120. Now, would you buy a stone gargoyle for $120?
Depending on what the situation was, depending on how much money I had.
That's where I was at. I was like, I'm right at that present point where it's like, 120. Ooh, that would really put me in an orange alert for the week.
Yeah.
But and I don't have as many gigs flying as I did. If I had more gigs and I had more money floating, I'd be like, all right, give me 2.
Well, but also, I mean,
But I don't.
If you look at it in terms of like, so you could make it. So if you go to the hardware store, there is this, I forget what it's called, but it's a hard pink insulating foam.
Oh, okay.
It's a rigid foam. And I got some because you can use it in craft shit because it's so rigid.
Yeah.
People even use them to make speakers. It's so rigid, you could put a piezo transducer on the back of it and turns the whole thing into a speaker.
Wow.
Because it's so rigid that the whole thing vibrates. I forget what it's called, but it's a Owens Corning fiberglass thing. You can get it at the Home Depot and shit. It comes in 4 foot by 8 foot sheets, like a whole wall size. Typically, they have them cut in half, so they're 4 by 4 sheets.
Yeah.
I have like 3 or 4 of these 4 by 4 sheets.
Yeah.
And if you watch any crafty videos on YouTube, what you can do is take this stuff and glue them together laminated and make a big cube of it, the height that you need the thing.
Oh, I see.
Then you sculpt it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work. I don't know if I'd be that good at it. It'd take a couple shots to do it.
That's sort of the thing, depending on the cost of the materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And your sculpting skills, you could sculpt it down, you know, like Da Vinci said, to get rid of all the parts that don't look like a horse, you know, and then you can use something like Mod Podge to seal it, which also gives it a bit of a harder coat to it.
But I almost feel like these look these look like they came off a corner of a building.
Maybe they did.
And they were so old, and I feel like they would outlive the house. Like I want the real deal. I don't want no, you know.
Well, and that's the thing in terms of the
Halloween
price of
goods.
$120 for it. It's like, how much would you spend for enough of those pieces of foam to be able to stack them up into a cube, you know? Say a 3 feet by 3 foot cube, you know, because like say if it needs to be like however high it is, it needs to be that much, right? Then the paint, Mod Podge,
and the hours,
sealant. Don't worry about that. Just quantifiable number wise.
Yeah.
For all that stuff, that may be $120.
Yeah. So fuck all that, and it's got to survive the weather, you know.
And that's the other thing. So if you get the actual stone thing, I mean, for $120,
yeah,
because then you can look at the $120 and go, no, it's not that much.
Yeah, this would be out all year long.
Right.
Snow and all. This is pretty badass. I was like, geez, I think I might go back.
Definitely go back and take pictures of it. But honestly, I mean, talk to the guy and maybe be like, you know,
yeah, maybe I should pull Hornswoggle.
See if you can get him down to 100.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I wanted her to like. I was gonna look under. I was like, I wonder if this was attached to anything. I couldn't even move it. Like it's gonna be a 2-3 man job to even move this fucking thing into a. I don't know how we're gonna get it into the truck.
Gurf.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you might need to rent a U-Haul on that one.
I don't know.
Just a U-Haul pickup truck or something.
Yeah, like I could see. Well, we could probably borrow a dolly from them, but I don't. Once you get the dolly, what are you gonna do? I gotta get it up into the car, you know.
I mean.
But the gargoyle is pretty cool. Have you ever like looked like at an old building and seen a gargoyle? You know.
No, they didn't really do them here in America that much.
Well, they're around.
They did them in medieval churches. They did them in old churches.
What was the significance of the gargoyle?
This is one of these things where
where's the lore? That's what I was going to ask you. That's why I wrote it down. I wondered if you knew of any lore that I should know about gargoyles. Are they good luck? Or are they bad luck?
They're supposed to be to chase away evil spirits, sort of thing.
Okay.
But it all goes back to the Masons. Because that's why the Masons are the Masons. The Masons were the stone cutters. Mm-hmm. The Masons were the ones making the churches.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of, like, people don't actually know what they were doing.
Okay.
There's churches in Europe where they have the stone pillars.
Yeah.
Going into the arches, you know, the Gothic arches or whatever, that are supporting the ceilings and all this sort of stuff. Right?
Okay.
That's how you get the large interior space. And so then on the top of these columns, they'll put these faces.
Yeah.
Right? So these are the interior gargoyles, as opposed to the exterior gargoyles that they would put on cornices and have like rainwater coming out the mouth, like a gutter.
Yeah, I've seen those, yeah.
Right. So these interior gargoyles, sometimes they're gargoyles, sometimes they're angel faces, sometimes they're the faces of the guy who paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, like the architects will kind of blend their face into like those weird little things, the corner nubs.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different stuff going on there. And, some people say, because sometimes they look like the devil. Like,
Yeah.
they got horns and a forked tongue, and people are like, why is the devil on this church?
Yeah.
And then some people will say that, because what they would do with the stained glass windows, where they would tell a story with the different windows.
Right.
Because back before people were reading, it was all visual. So they would try and tell these stories in a visual sense.
That's true. Or if they were from a different language or from a different land,
right.
they could see this and you...
Well, everything was a different language, because back then, the church services were in Latin.
Yeah.
Which nobody really spoke Latin. They just read it or whatever.
Yeah.
They read it out loud or whatever. So maybe because in those churches lit by candlelight and stuff like that, maybe it's like if you get bored in church and you start looking around and there's a creepy devil looking at you, you know, you'd be like, pay attention, like sort of thing.
Yeah, to kind of like warn you that the devil's always on the corner.
Right. He's always watching.
You.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like you said, it could be a protection thing. Like they're actually there to,
to ward off the evil demons or something like that. You know what I mean? So nobody's actually quite sure,
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, that was okay. So I'm not really that superstitious or anything like that. But then I also thought to myself, well, if this is from a building and this looks like a pretty goddamn old fucking gargoyle, am I messing with mojos here? That's what I want to know. Are gargoyles bad? I mean, I just thought they were always kind of super cool, and I've always wanted a cool looking gargoyle. But I mean, I'm not
bringing one into your house.
You're right. It's like it's like messing with a Ouija board. I don't believe in it, but I ain't fucking with it.
Oh, I believe more in Ouija boards than a lot of other stuff.
I'm not gonna fuck. But even though they're made by Milton Bradley,
Parker Brothers or whatever.
Brothers,
is insane. I can't tell you how many like supernatural stories and shit start with somebody fucking around with a Ouija board.
Yeah. Kids with the Ouija, keep the kids away from the Ouija board.
And I tell you that show Dead Files, where they got the former Marine, former New York City homicide detective, and the psychic.
Oh yeah,
and they go do their own investigations.
Yeah.
At the end, they compare notes, because that's like a double blind sort of thing.
I like that. I like that idea.
It's fascinating. The shit. Anytime you get any of those, because sometimes the normal psychic Amy, she's not in it. And they'll have a different psychic come in to fill in, because I think sometimes she needs a break and shit. And anytime you get any of these psychics, man, they catch wind of Ouija boards, they do not like it. Or technically, Ouija boards.
Ouija boards.
But they do not like it. Because it's always somebody fucking around that doesn't know what they're doing. They open a door, and then they get freaked out, and they destroy the board, which means you can't close the door then. So then you got to do a whole ceremony. And it's like, if you open that door, it's like in Poltergeist, they always said that Carol Ann was like a light in the darkness, and it would call the spirits to it. Same thing with the Ouija board. It's just bad news, man. Like, imagine if you came home and your girlfriend had some sort of party with some friends and shit, and you came home and they had a Ouija board out and they're messing with it. How pissed would you be?
I'd be real pissed. I'd be like, don't be fucking with this thing. I would be mad. Yeah, or if my daughter and I always had a thing when they were dumb little sleepovers. They'd be like, can we get a Ouija board? No, do not.
No.
We are not fucking.
Hell
you
no.
especially are not fucking with a Ouija board.
Oh no,
they never did.
No,
they wanted to.
Yeah, those things. I mean, the only thing more dangerous than that is drawing a pentagram on the floor and doing some sort of ritual.
That's never a good idea. That never ends well.
No. Those are the two things. When those psychics come in, when they see evidence of that sort of shit, they get pissed. They really don't like it.
Yeah, because it's people fucking with things that they can't control or understand.
Exactly.
It's like that's like feeding the bears. It's like putting a Big Mac out for a grizzly bear.
Because I know people will be like, oh, that's all made up. That's not real. Whatever. All this sort of stuff.
I'm on that fence too, but I think I ain't fucking with it just in case.
If you believe in Christianity, the core tenet of Christianity is that the soul exists after death.
Yeah.
That's the whole core tenet. So if you believe the soul exists after death, guess what that is? It's a ghost.
And that's everything and all of it.
Because one time I've seen people doing like the Ouija board or with the ones with the radio that's hopping all the frequencies or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they asked, like how many spirits are here, and the answer was spirits fill the skies around you.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind of tie that in with that Pixar movie Soul.
That's true. They're all over, yeah.
They're all hanging about until one of them decides to get back on the ride and have another lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Because also, you ever look up videos on YouTube talking about near-death experiences?
Not on YouTube, no.
There's a lot of, there's a channel called Next Level Soul, and that guy was talking to a lot of people with near-death experience sort of stuff. And it's real interesting when you watch hear the people's stories that have these near-death experiences. The experiences that they have is really kind of dictated by what their beliefs are.
All right.
But there are certain commonalities between them all, And there was this one lady that was talking about how when she got up to heaven, like the other spirits that were there were like laughing at her because they're like, you think you're that person, And she's like, what? And they're like, you think that's you. You've been there so long, that's what you believe. And it was like, so if you have this soul that exists after death or whatever, this is like going on a roller coaster ride of this lifetime, and we fill our minds that this is who we are and all this sort of stuff. But then once you shed this corporeal reality,
yeah,
you're back to that spirit form. And that spirit form could have had, many of these lifetimes. And so this is only a sliver of who you actually are, sort of thing. It's real interesting to think about.
That is kind of wild. Did you know this week was, according to TikTok and all the idiots, and all the weird, crazy, kooky conspiracy red hats and whatnot, the rapture was supposed to come this week.
Is that, I heard people talking about it. Like says who? Says who? Says what?
No. Anyone, well, I asked a couple Jesus freaks that I know, and they're like, no, it clearly says in the Bible, nobody knows when the rapture is going to happen. So if anyone points out a day or a time, they're charlatans.
Is the rapture even in the Bible?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, but
Where?
they don't, I don't know. Oh, I
Where?
don't know. That I don't know. I don't know much about it. I was also going to say, you've got to see, great concept, even though the show fell flat. First season was great, last 2 seasons, terrible. They lost the idea. But the idea was, it was an old Showtime show called The Leftovers.
Yeah. Now, was that the one where the rapture happened and then everybody else is like left over?
Yes, and they were the leftover. Yeah, 1/3 of the population. So
there was that series, but then there was also a movie that had kind of the same sort of thing. Nicolas Cage was in it or something.
And it was funny, like people were going to therapy because they would just say, when the happening happened, still the happening. And it's like, oh, you're a survivor of the happening? Yeah, I'm a survivor of the happening. Yeah. My wife disappeared during the happening.
But wasn't the whole thing about the leftovers that the people were like, well, then they took all the good people. Are we all doomed to hell?
Well, that's what they thought. They weren't sure. See, that's what they started exploring in the first one. They're like, there's a couple people on death row that got taken, And they're like, well, that doesn't make sense. He was on death row, and this housewife, what was the happening doing? And that's what they're trying to figure out. And then there's this chain-smoking cult people that wouldn't talk. They swore themselves to not talking, and all they did is smoke cigarettes and wear white suits and walk around. And they had the answers, but they wouldn't tell anybody because they stopped talking after the happening. But the cult supposedly had the answers, and then this guy's wife joined the cult and took up smoking. And it was all weird. The first season was opening the door to something, wow, this is going to get good.
Right.
And the second season, they kind of started veering, but then they sidetracked into a murder plot. And then the third one, they basically pulled a fucking Lost on you.
Yeah, Lost.
It's like you could tell they didn't have an end point, and some dumb writer came in there and go, this is how we're going to wrap it up before the season's over. We're shutting you down, and this is how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And they made alternate world on a world theory. It was dumb. Didn't even work. Yeah, it was a cheap ending. Cheap
Yeah.
ending. So they've screwed it. But conceptually, The Leftovers, greatest idea in the world. I was like, oh, they got to play in this universe so much. This was so cool. You know.
Yeah, well, there was also the Nicolas Cage movie that was doing the same thing, and I can never tell them apart. And I forget what that one was called too. It was something just like that, same name or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas like he was like an airline pilot or something. I don't know. But I don't know why people were saying that it was supposed to be this week or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know. I think it was just a TikTok trend or some kind of something or
But
other.
you know what is coming up in a couple of days? October 5th.
What's that?
That's one of those Back to the Future dates.
Oh, is it?
That's the date that Doc Brown hit his head trying to hang the cuckoo clock in the bathroom or whatever. Got the idea for the flux capacitor. October 5th, 1955.
Really?
Red letter day in history. If you remember your Back to the Future
No,
lines.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
But you know the whole thing about the rapture thing. People are so dumb. Remember when everybody thought the world was going to end because of the Mayan calendar on December 21st, 2012?
I know. My brother was prepared for it, and I even made him a $100 bet. I go, if we're still here, you owe me $100.
Because the thing is,
He never paid me.
No, people don't understand anything.
I know.
This is the sort of, like you said, TikTok, social media dumbness. People are like, oh, it's going to be the rapture. Based on what?
Yeah.
Based on what? Because people go, oh, the Mayan calendar says the world's going to end. The Mayan calendar is a circle.
Yeah.
You know what happens the day after December 1st, 2012? Or December 21st, 2012?
Starts over.
Starts over, and now they call it, instead of the year 1 rabbit, now it's the year, 2 turtle.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. And the same with, remember Y2K?
Yeah.
You and I lived through Y2K. We all...
Well, that was just a computer.
yeah, but everyone was like, nuclear war, the grid's gonna go down.
Well, the grid could have gone down and the banks could have gotten scrambled, but everybody was taking steps to make things Y2K compliant, which is basically changing all the years from a 2-digit format to a... Because honestly, in the computer programming world, because I asked my IT guy about it at this job that I was working, he said, typically, when people started off with computers in the 60s and 70s, when they had to put some sort of end date, they would put 9999. So really, if Y2K was really going to be a big problem, like they knew about it ahead of time so they could start making things Y2K compliant and take care of it. But if anything was really going to jump off, it would have jumped off September 9th, 1999, before December 31st, 1999.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was a lot of hooey anyway. But,
That was a lot of hooey.
so all these people with their, oh, it's supposed to be the rapture. Says who? Show me. Because I don't think the rapture is even in the Bible. If it is, put it in the comments, because I don't buy it. Because I read through a lot of the Bible.
Yeah, give it a goog. I don't know. Yeah, hard
I
to
read
say.
through the Revelations. I can tell you that, Jesus coming is going to come after 1,000 years of peace.
Well, it ain't happening now. No. We got a while to go. Yeah, we haven't even had 1 year apiece.
Because there's going to be an Antichrist who's going to unite the world for 1,000 years of peace. And after that, that's when Jesus comes. If I remember my Revelations correctly.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's not happening anytime soon.
No, we can't even get 6 hours. Yeah, so that's that. So, wow, we had a jam-packed episode. Guys, if you're still listening out there, if you haven't tuned us out, if you want to take us with you, don't forget, you can take audio versions on the thing. You can check us out on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, all the other, all the places you get them. But we prefer you to stay here in the old YT land. Like and subscribe. Give us a comment down there.
Definitely like and subscribe. Send us an email.
Comment.
At thedukecast.com.
Yeah.
thedukecast@gmail.com.
Something like that, yeah.
Also hit up our merch store, which I'll put up on the screen. I believe it is shlicketty-dukecast.printify.me.
And if you ever showed up at one of my comedy shows wearing a Lucky Juarez shirt, you get to go home with me.
Get to take
Aaron
Aaron
Dino
home.
Nuggets in the air fryer.
Yeah.
So there it is. All right, we're out.
See you next week.